It's why we love horror TV. We just put our wives' names up there for posterity. But my wife claims she'll be back next week. So we'll see her next week. Yeah. I'm John Maher. That's Aaron Brooks. What's going on, Aaron?
What's up? Dexter Resurrection, episode 5. It's titled Murder Horny. So, yeah.
I got a promo for it.
Okay. Yeah, let's take a look at that, and then I'll get into my diatribe.
You're like a goddamn horror movie villain.
There certainly are some similarities.
What makes you think I even want you in my life?
I know about Ryan Foster.
I'm talking about collaborating on a kill.
Maybe I'll tell Mia who I really am.
Or maybe she'll tell Prater you're the Bay Harbor Butcher.
There's a problem.
I hired you to make problems go away. Did I make a mistake?
And that's Murder Horny. Go ahead, Aaron.
Yeah. So Murder Horny, still good. I'll get that out of the way right away. I do think this is the first F-word episode of the season. Filler. A little bit of filler. Not a bad thing. Some episodes have to be filler. Some episodes are like last week, which was like a movie introducing the serial killer squad, and everything like that, and having, the tattoo killer killed. This week, it ends on the cliffhanger. We pick back up on that. So I guess that'd be a good place to start, kind of with all the Dexter and Harrison stuff, because there was some good stuff in there. Like overall, like the reveal of him being alive, it was what it was. Like it had to kind of happen and everything like that. I thought it was fine. I thought the most interesting part of Harrison and Dexter, though, was when he kind of was honest about what happened with Rita and everything like that, because we've been waiting forever for that. So kind of what were your thoughts on him revealing his being alive? And then I think the Rita conversation is the most significant part of it.
Yeah, right? I think we kind of get like a small pivot from Harrison where, you had thought when he had killed Mark that like, oh, okay, cool, he's Dexter too. But then we find out that he really can't. He's not about this life. He was
not at least yet. I think they're kind of doing the long.
I don't know, because he has real remorse and real guilt and like really can't physically handle it. Whereas we saw even in, Dexter, the prequel series, like Dexter's always been like path, Harrison just isn't. He did
and even how Harrison killed Ryan was like extremely emotional, like, which is why it like, I think that's going to eventually bleed over into Dexter and be Dexter's mistake, is that he's going to it's always been Harrison learning from Dexter, or posed that way. But I think accidentally, that inadvertently, that's the word I was looking for. Dexter's going to learn from Harrison to get too emotional, probably when it comes to Harrison, and emotionally kill somebody. That's really going to expose him. I feel like even later in this episode with what he does with Lady Vengeance, that was like an emotional move to protect Harrison, because
I thought that was a real it was like the opposite of emotional. It was like really calculated, because he really took his entire like place in this new world he's in. Everything came into play, and he made the smartest decision of what to actually do based on everything that was happening. But he wrapped up everything.
But he was doing it to protect Harrison.
I think he did it to be first and foremost. It was kind of an out to protect Harrison. It was like the perfect opportunity to utilize it to protect Harrison. Yeah. But he also took into account like, hey, I can't just kill this lady. And I guess I should put up spoilers. Why the hell not?
Yeah.
Everyone knows all these episodes are all spoilers. Like he couldn't kill her because he just killed Lowell the week before. So if he killed her and he goes back and there's 2 people missing, everybody's gonna go, oh, this new guy's killing everybody. So he orchestrates a plot to like basically have her arrested while she's in the process of killing some random schmuck. Yeah. And she goes to jail instead of, but then he also plants Ryan's watch in her trophy kills,
which she's gonna obviously not own up to. And also like, it's like the Batista of it all coming into it. He's going to see this is the Bay Harbor Butcher who's still like alive, and inadvertently Dexter's going to get blamed for Ryan's kill now too, because it's done like the Bay Harbor Butcher. So I feel like he's going to accidentally get Harrison off in that way, because I think Angel's going to be like, there's no way that Harrison did this. Dexter.
Yeah. This girl,
Like,
this
so,
doesn't fit
like,
her MA either. This is
the nine pieces. That is Dexter. Like, so it's like very interesting how like it is smart to, I agree with you, like temporarily solve all these things, but it's like Lady Vengeance knows that she didn't kill him, and why would and then she's going to eventually kind of put it together who Harrison is and who Dexter is and why Dexter's protecting Harrison. And
well, she'll definitely put two and two together that the only person who could have planted that watch was Red.
Right. And then who Red ends up being
Yeah.
is it's like, so she's going to get to the bottom of it. I feel like we talked about it last week, but Leon Prater eventually is going to know. I don't think he knows yet, unfortunately, even though I want him to. Charlie's going to know at some point. Everybody's going to have to know.
I think there might be like a unintentional like wrap up, because like Charlie's last line to Mia where she's like, "We'll make your stay as comfortable and as short as possible." I don't know if that means they're gonna like somehow spring her or if they're gonna kill her. If they kill her, well then good for Dexter. If they somehow find a way to like get her off and out, that's very, very bad.
Right. Yeah. So like it's just, like there's a lot, it's really interesting where it could go. There's a lot of good setup there and everything. And, I do think that they're just going to kill her, and it is going to kind of conveniently solve that. But it does still leave it open to where Angel's going to like learn about the evidence, I think, and be like, hold on, that's not Lady Vengeance. There's no way that's Lady Vengeance. And then Wallace also already said, this doesn't seem like a serial killer who did the Ryan kill because of how emotional it was. So there's that, which again is also probably a way of foreshadowing to us that Harrison is not a serial killer, and that's why this was just a one-time thing. So, there's like a lot of good little kind of bits here if they decide to go with them. And I just hope I'm not giving the writing too much credit. I don't think I am based on what we've seen so far. So, but yeah, the Rita conversation, that was my favorite kind of part of the Harrison Dexter encounter, just because he was like very honest with what happened with Rita. And like, there was always the question of how honest was he going to be with Harrison about that? How honest was he going to be with himself about that? So I thought that was done really well and like did justice to a moment that we've been waiting for like a decade now.
Yeah, definitely. I would agree with that. And we get a few minor things. We have that whole lengthy cutaway scenes where Leon's being interviewed for like 60 minutes or something. I don't know what he's being interviewed for and we get a lot of his backstory, like how,
Do you believe his backstory?
I believe that is.
Do you think his parents really died in an accident, or did he murder his parents?
I do not think his parents died in an accident, but I do believe that it's like the cover up or whatever is solid enough that that's the truth in that society.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's got like, and I still don't have a clear grasp on like how he initially made his money. I know how he makes his money now, but I don't know like how he goes from, and I imagine we're going to get that as well, going from like foster care to, Elon Musk level wealth.
Do you think he's a killer himself?
That's like all the theories I'm seeing kicked around.
I don't think he is.
Maybe he's indirectly. Indirectly, he definitely is, but like directly, I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, I don't like. It's like I've kind of seen a few times that New York Ripper thrown around. Like he's the New York Ripper. I don't really know. I don't think that's the case, but yeah. Either way, like I think there's just so much more we're going to find out. I do think Peter Dinklage is going to be around for a while. I think multiple seasons. He's like the overall kingpin, I feel like, of kind of New York with serial killers. So I'm interested there. And then with Lady Vengeance, yeah, I think she's going to be murdered.
I mean, and Charlie is obviously like the best of the best. Like she's everything. Like she's obviously like what special forces. She impersonates a lawyer.
Takes care of her mother.
Yes, she's everything to everyone. So
yeah.
She's going to be a very difficult obstacle to overcome when the time comes, because I don't necessarily think she fits Dexter's code either.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she does kill, but she's not like, it's like her job. She's like a cleaner,
Yeah, right. So, but yeah, other than that, like trying to think what else. Blessing, I think his family continues to be a really good kind of juxtaposition for Dexter.
We find out his mother is basically dying.
Yeah, but Blessing's mother's dying. They have a really nice conversation, Dexter and his mother. Like, there's just like several points in each episode so far where Dexter's kind of faced his own mortality, his own aging, his own just like changing body. I just feel like as the audience is watching that's aged and changed with this show, it like really, if you watch this from the beginning, this has to hit you a little bit hard, some of these points. So like when he's talking with Blessing's mother about how she's accepted her life, she just doesn't want to die alone. Like, he's just having more and more revelations about how this relationship with his son is everything. And that's going to be a problem for Dexter because he's going to make mistakes with his emotions. I feel like that keeps being kind of shown to us here.
Agreed. I think that covers everything. I think obviously, you leave Angel watching TV in the background. He's going to circle back in next episode, I imagine. All the other minor characters have very, very.
The Gemini killer is coming back now. It is going to be in the next episode. I do think the Gemini killer is going to be a pretty significant character in the show. So I'll be interested to see kind of with regards to how different he is compared to the other serial killers.
Yep.
Also, like, I wonder if the ponytail killer is going to get murdered at some point here.
I feel he has to because he seems to be like the most, like, not sloppy, but easy.
Yeah. So, but yeah, otherwise, like, yeah, good episode here. I think this show continues to give me no reason not to trust it. I'm not sure what to think about Angel at this point, if he's going to die or not by the end of the season.
Depends how many seasons we get. They could drag this.
I don't know, because whenever he dies, I feel like then Quinn and Masuka is going to just pop up in like
Quinn at least, yeah.
Yeah, Masuka's popping up too. But either way, good episode, but definitely a filler episode that maybe when we look back on the season, we like a little more, or I like a little more.
Let's see how we rate it. All right, I'll go first. Why the hell not? I think you're right. It is a filler, weaker episode. It's not bad though. I mean, I'm at 3.5.
Yep.
It's just not. I mean, if this is the worst thing we get, then I'm very happy.
Yeah, no, I agree, because like the key with a filler episode is that at least the filling is going towards something decent. It seems like this more empty episode at least has some things leading to something more. So 3.5, solid double off the wall. No worse. No, if this is the worst episode of the season, then we've had a rousing success with this show. So far, like, I'm not even comparing it to Original Sin, which has been really nice, but I'm going to compare it really quick. I think I prefer it a little bit more. Feels a little more like Dexter, but it also is kind of borrowing some things from Original Sin at points, like some revelations from there, and kind of showing them without completely hitting you over the head with what it's showing from the previous. So I definitely feel like it has a nice connective tissue to 3 series that like really impressed with here.
I would agree with that. It is 4 series. Don't forget New Blood.
No. Don't forget New Blood. That is my point. New Blood is like, you don't need to watch New Blood. I feel like you do need to watch Original Sin. Obviously, watch the original series, and I can't imagine someone just watching Resurrection without those things also.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that'll do it for this episode of Why We Love Horror TV. If you made it this far in the video, like, comment, subscribe, share. Go to the Facebook group at Why We Love Horror. Go to the Letterboxd challenge here at that website. We got all kinds of stuff for you to do over there, and we have a show where we do all that stuff. Schedule here. Sunday, you're watching it, Why We Love Horror TV. At least one of the girls will be back next week. No promises. Monday, Versus Will and I watching a bad movie. Tuesday, Why Liv Loves Horror. Good Lord, I never expected.
Juggernaut.
I never expected in a million years that my daughter would be literally 1,000 times more popular than me. That's crazy. Maybe more than 1,000 times. But Why Liv Loves Horror on Tuesdays. Wednesday, Aaron Unwinds or Abby Unwinds. We'll see. Yep. They're 2 different shows. They gave them 2 different playlists.
I know. It's great.
We'll see. Thursday is the Why We Love Horror Letterboxd Challenge watch-along show. This week we are doing, I believe, movies that were based on true stories or inspired by true stories. Yes, I know what you're watching.
Yes.
And then Friday, 2 episodes of Why We Love Horror Trivia. Jeopardy's coming back this week. So we'll see you then. Until next time, I'm John Maher. That's Aaron Brooks. This has been Why We Love Horror TV.